Hey everyone, Don and Ash here,
Hello.
back for another reaction video. This time we're going to be checking out part 3 of Arcane's Bridging the Rift. Yeah, we know that you guys have been waiting a while to watch this, so have we. It's just been hard to fit it in with everything. But this one's called Killstreaks Meet Keyframes, and I had a lot of questions about when they were going to introduce us to the actual filming process and stuff like that. And I guess this is it. A lot of you guys let us know that episode 3 is kind of where it gets intense and stuff like that.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, keyframes mean animation, and I cannot wait to see this whole process right now.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm so excited. I don't really have much to say. Let's just get into it.
Yes.
All right, let's go. Ah! What do you guys got for us this time? We will show them all.
Arcane Season 1, Episode 3. The one that punched us.
There definitely is a lot of Paris life and culture in Arcane. I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence that a lot of Piltover looks like Paris.
Yep.
Things are designed to be functional, but also to be a piece of art.
That's cool.
I think that's something very much the French kind of spirit. Yeah, so this venue is actually where we had Worlds a few years ago.
Oh man.
It's cool because it was really close to our studio, and so we sent a bunch of people from Fortiche. It was just something really special to finally be able to share that with them.
Aww.
Not even a game I follow, and I immediately got goosebumps.
I know, same. I was like, ooh.
It's just like, like that first time after like COVID kind of was passing when we got to like go back to a live show, and it's just like the energy is it's literally just the energy. Even when you're watching like the Olympics or like we don't watch sports, but sometimes watching a sports game, it just the hype of everybody gets you so going.
It's literally just like it's unsurpassed.
It's such a simple, visceral, and primal thing that most humans can like relate to.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The feeling is just like instant and overwhelming.
Yeah.
I think they were fans of the story, and of the characters, but you kind of also have to experience like the buzz in the world around the game.
On a tout de suite vu que c'était quand même le jeu mondial et l'opportunité de faire quelque chose de très très bien. For us, Arcane was a big opportunity to show the viewers that we are not only good to make trailer and music video.
Ça part vraiment d'une intention vraiment de plaisir, de passion, de faire un film, enfin une série, plus que de faire du marketing.
If I'm confident about that, I don't know. I hope people are gonna be surprised.
I think everybody on the project is out to prove something with what we're doing. And I firmly believe that you need to find someone who's kind of willing to bleed for like this thing they're trying to make. I don't think otherwise you're going to really be bold. Otherwise you're not going to really have anything where you're going to risk something. And I think you have to risk something in order to make something that makes an impact.
So that's him, right?
Right? Yeah.
I was
like, you're talking about you, Christian.
Yeah, I'm like, who else? Wow.
Oh my god.
There's a very, very competitive scene here at Fortiche about what they call, is it baby foot, right? Baby foot?
Yes.
Yes. The suspense is killing me.
It's killing us.
Oh, there's the worthy goal. Basically, the idea for this trip is to get into a room with the directors, the animators, the editors, and just brainstorm a bit together. Like, what would be the coolest version of this scene or this kind of episode? So you're just worrying about, like, it being too complex?
My goals this whole time is, like, I want to solve the story beats with the team in Paris. It's just going to be great to be like, hey guys, here's all our awesome ideas. And then they tell us whether they can produce it or not, or steer us more into something achievable.
It's not done until it's done, right? It's like the block of marble. chiseling away, and occasionally, knock off like an arm and have to start over.
If we ever proceed with a scene without taking in that input from the directors here, it's worse, because they're just so talented. They always find this really creative spin. Pascal has this amazing eye for character designs, the models, the stylization.
Tu vois la cam... Je sais pas si on pouvait pas mettre une caméra qui tremble un peu là-dessus.
Who is Jerome?
Why just the man of shadow?
Jerome, he's the invisible wizard at Fortiche.
Today I want to create the lab to experiment new style for the future with Riot.
I think when you think about the final look, that painterly look that's integrated into 3D, the super subtle, nuanced camera work where everything feels like it's handheld and really human and real, a lot of that is Jerome.
De-aging with me, please.
Okay.
I want some de-aging.
Who is Arno?
Who is Arno?
Who is Arno?
He tells us, what I want is a psh, what I want is a you know what? And
Who is Arno?
So this is the Arno model. So the hair is pretty detailed, and then he doesn't have any pants.
I gotta pause it there. Look at the left side of the screen. Look at that cat-like model that's on the left side of the screen. My eyes immediately darted over there. I'm like, oh my goodness. This is amazing, but I wanted to pause it since we got a glimpse of the timeline to see all the little teensy-weensy blocks amongst like a billion tracks like tall of different video like overlapping each other, and I'm just like, all the PTSD just washed over me for a second. I'm just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see like a fully fleshed out timeline.
I was gonna say, I'm like, timeline creation is something special.
It's nonsense. Oh my goodness. This is so exciting though. This is so exciting. They all have a great humor about it, and I can't wait to learn more about. Is this Jerome? No, this is Arnaud. This is Arnaud. I can't wait to learn more about Jerome, because that seemed to be more the camera direction person. So yeah, this is awesome so far. His bum's sticking out.
They wanted to incorporate the 3 directors in the show.
Happy Progress Day!
Oh!
Arno has like a crazy idea. Best you can do is just shut up and let him do his thing, because like it tends to be just like that's when the cool shit happens,
Amazing.
Instant chills.
I loved that they added them as kids in there. It was not something we thought of on the in the room, but it just added this level of emotion between them. It honestly, it's like, oh, I feel like these characters could be in love now.
Yo.
I know, my whole body.
Goosebumps are huge. I'm like, yeah, I feel like it's a videographer thing, mixing timelines and making the story really have impact.
in every way, technically, artistically, and it's I don't know how to say that. Masterpiece of the world season.
Yeah, this particular image to me is just like the combination, Hextech's art and science, and I think that's exactly what I feel like the Fortiche depiction is. It is. I feel the science, I feel the power, I feel the energy, but I also feel the beauty.
Ce que j'aime bien aussi à Fortiche, c'est que on insuffle la vision de départ et tout le monde met sa pierre à l'édifice, comme on dit. Enfin.
So basically, this board is all the steps that happen in Fortiche. After we receive the script, we go to the design phase, which basically is doing design for character, props and background.
En l'occurrence, ce bateau-là, il a été fabriqué par Victor. Et en fait, mettre en scène ce bateau, c'est une manière de montrer que tout petit déjà, Victor était un génie.
Then everything goes in storyboard.
I just want that last guy's headset.
In the storyboard department, we take the scripts and we work with the directors. We try to build something that is not there yet in the script. But there's also the editing that is working at the same time. to really find the good timing for the boards.
As an editor, my job is to assemble those storyboards together into what we call animatic.
And then while that's happening, you're recording the dialogue with the talent.
Yeah, okay, hold on. That guy's monitors, his triple monitor setup, were on 2 HyperX boxes. I'm like, they ran out of actual monitor stands. No, that's hilarious. The editor, no wonder the editor's bald, because he lost all his hair. No, I'm not even kidding. I mean, you see how much hair I have? Listen, it'll all be gone in like 5 years if I actually got an editor job working for like a company. Like I would lose my hair instantly. Might as well cut it off and keep it in a little bin to like reminisce about or something.
I'm like, no,
because it's all falling off, baby. This is so good though. Like this is so good. I love everything about this, and I can't state that enough.
No, yeah, I'm with you on that one. I can't even say that in a different way.
It's like way over 1,000% wholesome.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
it's so wholesome. And honestly, I feel like there's only a certain amount of times in life where like I think I could say that I felt like pure joy, and it honestly is like pure joy watching this stuff. Like,
yeah.
And knowing exactly what it became, and just like it's so damn awesome in the best way possible.
Yeah, it's as I watch these, we are probably in one of the most difficult phases in our life right now, and as I watch these, I was saying earlier to Ash how it's very hard to let myself be creative right now because there's so much stress, for other things in life that are going on.
Yeah.
But when I watch these, I'm so motivated to create an animated music video because as I'm listening to them, and my whole soul and my brain is going, yes, you get it, like these are my people.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's inspiring yet soul crushing to feel like these are your people, but it's so far away. It feels so far away. It feels like a different life, to be honest. But these kind of like hush all the anxiety in my head and allow me for a second to feel like I'm a creative again.
Yeah, you're like understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
100%, I totally feel that way too.
Yeah, these tug on the heartstrings a whole lot. So I'll try not to get too mushy with it, otherwise I'll just cry the rest of this whole 20 minutes. Let's get back into it.
I love a good conundrum.
Hammer forging is such delicate art.
Shimmer is rampant in the Undercity, attacks at the Hexgate and in the Academy Square.
Yeah, but I said I already called it. You can't do... I called dibs.
We get voices from the actors, and then we cut them with sound effects and temp music in order to see the movie and see how it works.
I would love to be a voice actor at some point.
We're watching full-on storyboard animatics with the voice actors in there.
Vander learns none of this.
No worries there. Powder took care of the evidence.
I tried, okay?
So we were able to watch the whole season from start to finish before we animated the rest of the episode.
So happy!
You did this.
I'm so happy.
I mean, honestly, on every aspect, we were afraid of this moment in the episode because it's not always easy to like get these like really raw emotional performances from really young actors. And so Mia Janess, who we cast for Powder, I remember going into the VO session and being like, all right, today we're gonna make a 11, 12-year-old girl cry.
Like,
let's see how that goes.
I am rolling on this.
We just punch her in the face, she'll cry. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
She left me. She is not my sister anymore.
I remember all of us in the booth just like being shocked by how good she is and just being in tears at the end of the takes.
And I think we got it.
Yeah. I got the job when I was 10, and I'm almost 16, so it's been a while. Why did you leave me?
Because you're a jinx!
Oh, no. To get into that place of vulnerability was hard for me.
Yeah.
Come back, please come back, please, Violet. I need you, please. I have a little brother who is my best friend in the entire world. We get upset when we don't see each other for like more than 3 days. I can't imagine a world where he isn't in it.
Where's the...
Oh, you're back. Thinking about what that would be like if something had happened that made it so that we couldn't bounce back. Next thing I knew, it was all just coming to the surface. I only wanted to help. I only wanted to help. I only wanted to help.
I told you to stay away.
When it comes to siblings, they're your blood. And when you don't have family, what do you have?
You've got a good heart. Don't ever lose it. No matter how the world tries to break you.
Quand on entendait les voix, on se disait ah tiens, peut-être qu'on peut avoir vraiment quelque chose de particulier, de beaucoup plus subtil et beaucoup plus profond en fait au niveau de l'acting et
I always knew you'd come back. What's going on?
quand on entendait les voix, on se disait ah, on peut peut-être aller vers du Scorsese plutôt.
All the main characters were really scary to cast because, I mean, you were not just making a new character. It was like, oh yeah, there's like, whatever, 6 years of, you know, 100 gazillion million people who have very specific expectations and opinions about who these characters are. So don't f it up.
Wow, super boring.
Jinx took us the longest of all characters. I think we looked for the Jinx actress, I think, for roughly 3 years.
Wow.
She's so beloved, and her voice is so specific. For a while, we were like, can we find someone who can do this?
The hard thing was that we had to find someone who can do both the intimate and quiet moments that are just like these really vulnerable acting moments. But at the same time, we also needed an actress who can also do the really loud moments that Jinx is really known for. And you typically can find one or the other. I remember we were at a point where it was just, we've been looking for so long, we kind of just went through all of the LA catalog of talent. Let's just pick one and just go. And it was just this like, no, we can't. And at some point, through the help of some casting folks, we found Ella.
Hi.
And I mean, it was like the pearly gates just opened.
Well, look who it is. The boy savior.
I felt this like really deep connection with her because of empathy and compassion, you know, on compassionate grounds. Like, yes, she's a terrible person. She's done all these terrible things. But is she a terrible person? Like, I don't know. I started to realize like who she's become, this Jinx that she's become, is just a deeply rooted, very difficult trauma response that she's developed because she's gone through things no one should ever have to go through.
No, it was a mistake.
Ouais, c'est vrai que l'acting, je pense, dans Arcane, est bien plus poussé que dans la plupart des shows d'animation. Parce que notre envie, c'est plutôt de essayer de vraiment copier ces acteurs et le casting, des fois, a influencé même les designs des personnages et leurs attitudes, quoi.
In parallel of the storyboard, we are going in background and Kara props fabrication.
So much happens at once, it's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, there was like...
We work in the same time with animation, so sometimes it's difficult to know exactly the position of the character.
Okay, I'm gonna pause there for a second. It's so hard to follow so much. My brain didn't even let me get emotional just because like so much. My brain was trying to process at once. Yeah, from the whole, all the voice actors did an incredible job. It's really cool seeing them in the booth. Like absolutely cool, and you know it inspires me to just kind of. I'm not sure if I've ever said this on camera, but everyone's like, "Oh, what's he gonna say?" No, I took acting classes when I was like in like 17, 18, 19. Yeah. You did what? Yeah, no, I took acting classes when I was 17, 18, 19. So like, there's this part of me that's just like, it's like wishing on a wishing on a wishing on a shooting star, right? It's just like it's like that 1 in a million thing where I feel like, maybe I could, right? I didn't like, it's hard to, I guess, when we hear the voice, we already have the visual of who we think that character is. Like when we hear Vander's voice, we see Vander.
Yes.
But now hearing Vander's voice and seeing technically who Vander actually is.
Yeah.
Right? It's just really cool.
It's so cool.
Sometimes it just is like a slap in the face to be like, nope, you got it completely wrong. That's not what that's not what they look like at all. Like, you know, it just breaks all assumptions. And either way, it's really cool to meet them and hear them talk about their experiences. And like, wow, I just, I don't know.
Yeah, obviously my brain like literally broke, and I'm like, I know her name, but already forget it at the same time.
No,
Ella.
No, Ella was yeah.
Ella is Jinx, the girl that did Powder.
Yeah, I forgot her name too.
Regardless, she's like talking, and I'm like, girl, you're breaking me, stop. But like, also keep going. No, that was so cool to see. And yes, this timeline, the fact that there's so much overlapping at the same time with all these different departments is just like incredible. That you've got this seemingly like, you know, well-oiled machine.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like, there's no way that there's just like a one project manager that's like, no worries, I got this.
Right, yeah.
I honestly feel like the project managers is like a team of people that's like helping each other just with each other's like crazily growing stress day to day.
Yeah.
they all just like help balance each other.
For
there's
how
no
big
way.
this is,
There's no way that could, you know.
Yeah.
Insane though.
I'm trying to like put myself in that shoes because like I'm a project coordinator or production coordinator, and like there are just so many moving parts with this.
All right, let's go.
We can see the 2D with a black and white. I don't paint because there is Silco. Enfin, moi, ce que je préfère, c'est l'évolution des personnages dans les histoires, et elle a vraiment une évolution. Je pense que c'est pour ça que c'est mon personnage préféré. Puis j'aime bien son côté un peu folle, et en même temps, elle est pas si folle que ça. Pas si méchante. Ouais.
Oh, she's crazy.
So we've got designs, and from there, we just build it in 3D.
Queen Pie!
It's very simple to explain. Here we made the Atlas Gauntlet, and the most difficult part was there is a lot of tiny parts who work together. So before it gets to the design department, we have to be sure it works first. Like all the tiny pieces, you know, you see here. So it was engineered precisely to work like that.
Dude!
So, it's a part of the fun, but it's part of the headache too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like
it's actually really fun to create like all those intricate pieces, like, you know, the leg and the feet of Victor, all those weird metallic parts blending with the body. This was the design for the hands. Then I modeled something like this, and then I gave it to the texture department, and they painted it so it looks like that.
First of all, it's crazy that it's how nuanced the video game industry is. I'm just gonna call this the video game industry, right? Even though it's an animation company, still part of the video. Like it's absolutely insane how everybody has a specific thing that they are good at.
Yes.
And it's just like, if we're building like a Lego puzzle, like you are just that one Lego piece, and you are so good at being that one Lego piece.
That is what you do.
But that is it. That is it. You make the hand. If that's what you do, you don't paint the hand. You don't, whatever else the hand. You make the hand. That's it. Pass it on. Somebody else paints the hand. That's it. That's all you do. Your paintbrushes touch that. That's it. It's like, wow, it's so good. And I'm like, they're using Maya, Autodesk Maya. I'm just like, dude. Wow, I'm so my brain's in like little kid land. I'm just so amused and happy watching this.
Yeah.
Like we gotta get one of them drawing pads one day. Huh?
Yeah. Just look at her go.
Yeah, they just whip around in 3D space like they're so comfortable.
Is built around the idea of bringing the design to the final image, and that's great because this is actually like the design is just brought back in 3D, and it's actually what the designer thought of.
So incredible.
Bah là, je vous présente en fait ce que c'est un rig, le rig de marionnette. C'est vraiment des joints, des os fictifs qu'on met en place. Donc c'est des points de pivot qu'on peut faire tourner avec des mains. On a une équipe d'animateurs qui est tellement forte et ils vont trouver, je sais pas, 3-4 idées pour rajouter de la vie au personnage.
And then we are going at layout stage, and they start, to do the staging and the camera movement.
Yeah, I gotta pause. Like, it's so cool that the rigging department literally gets a basically full made character as far as the body and the color and everything, and they just get to like play with it. Like, I understand they're making it work mechanically, but that's just so cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
my brain's like, do they have to know any part of like how human anatomy works to like do that? Like, honestly, especially when it comes to like things that maybe aren't based on humans. So if it's not a humanoid character,
Right.
Oh my goodness. I could listen to these people talk about their craft forever.
Yeah, I'm quite enthralled with this whole process.
Yeah.
J'essaie de traduire le storyboard en 3D et de transmettre en fait des émotions juste avec une caméra, avec les mouvements de caméra, avec la focale qu'on va choisir, de trouver des jolis cadrages et de trouver le rythme aussi de l'animation.
Well, y'all did a great job.
Seriously.
And then it goes to animation.
There you are, with all those underscores in the file names. I hate underscores in file names. I hate it.
And I use them always.
Everybody does, apparently. I absolutely hate it.
T'as le plan de Moïse avant où il va partir, il part et puis sur le départ en fait il se fait tomber, t'as pas besoin d'avoir une grande distance mais juste sentir. If you go in a dictionary, like animation is giving life to something. Being animated, it's just like get the passion of something as well. And us, we are like the puppet master, the puppeteer.
No
So you're telling
motion
me?
No. Please let people know that.
Why not?
Well, motion capture is used when you want to have some realistic animation.
Basically, he's saying, we are so damn good at our jobs, make sure people know that we did all the movements.
Yeah.
And I love it. Hats off to you guys.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, no, that scene that we just saw a couple frames ago, the black dude with the headset on his head, right after it showed him, I think it was in Caitlin, the tea scene.
Yeah, she's grabbing the tea, yeah.
And I was just like, oh my god, you get to like, okay, so like some other team has made the room, I guess.
Has made it all,
and then there was like, it went through the process of characters went through like the core, wireframing of them to the animating of them, like to fleshing them out as giving them like volume or like, you know what I mean, like 3Ding them, all the animation or the rigging.
The rigging, yeah.
And then we get to animation, and you guys must have the most fun job. I'm like, so all of the like, they've built the car, and now you get to play with the car. Wicked.
They're like, yeah, put all the final touches into the car, and like again, just seeing even like again, just the little eyebrow movements and stuff, right? Like, I can't stress how big this actually is.
And you know
what?
like
again, it's all done in this 3D space. Like I keep trying to think back to the camera movement, and I'm like, you literally all did this in a 3D space.
And like, she's talking about like in Blender, if like we're in Blender or something, like moving in 3D space, if you're not used to it, you don't go to school for it, it's just not what you do. It's very, it can be, kind of mind-numbing, like discombobulating. It's a little bit confusing to navigate around. But this is amazing, and it gives a whole new appreciation, not to just big projects, but little indie projects as well.
Yeah.
Like, indie projects don't have the budget or the people power to be able to diverge all these things. So, like, it's even more amazing, I would say, in certain indie cases where, like, a very small team of people wears multiple hats to be able to do this, at different levels, of course, but still be able to wear multiple hats and create a fully functioning product.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
And only that.
Look out!
And like, there are so many small movements.
So
Keyframe
many.
animation, it pushes you to understand what happened in the body, how everything worked together to have like this feeling of natural and believable animation.
Yeah,
And also it's about like the style of the show. It's semi-realistic, but it's not fully realistic. We try to keep something really handcrafted.
Animating, it's like acting out characters. You know, it's about performance.
When I saw the style of Arcane, it was something like I want to try this kind of animation because it's really different from the cartoonish style I used to be in. And after working for so long in the industry, I wanted to challenge myself. To be honest, Echo is the kind of character I would have loved to see when I was a kid.
Echo?
One of the first dialogues you had with Vi, I arrived with something completely different from the board. And Bart was like, oh, I didn't thought about this way, but it's interesting. And it was the same with Christian. I tried something like, he was a little bit pissed and walking slower and just making with the face and giving a small attitude. Not like a snake, but like this kind of movement to say, yeah, I'm the one controlling the stuff.
So remember, like a shot like that, the animator, when he was assigned the shots, did shoot himself in order to get some references, and that what gives us the realistic look and the live action feel.
We do work a lot with references. We go in the reference room. We shot ourselves. We try to pretend and be the character and be in the right emotion.
Why aren't you playing with the others? Why aren't you playing with the others?
But the video reference is really something that helps you capturing something natural. Sometimes like you got a shot to do and you got an idea in your head and you can probably like just go straight into the computer and do your stuff and it will work. But if you go in a ref room, you start recording yourself, you may end up having like some like little accident that you do that can be really interesting. And you're like, okay, that's pretty cool. Let's dig into that.
You have to be
How can I say no to such an auspicious offer?
completely selfless to be able to do things like this. It's super humbling.
You feel like you're inhabiting those different characters in a way.
Well, you have to. When you see 1 second of an episode, like an animator spent a day on it.
Yeah.
So if you work on an expression, on a feeling, on a shot that lasts for 1 second, you're gonna spend a day having that feeling in your mind. Like try to reproduce it. It's not rare to have like you go around the animation department and you can see like people like doing like
Yeah.
like this just this face where you're just like acting what that's the common thing in animation really.
I really wanted to be part of this sequence particularly. Like there was a lot of crazy sequence, but this one was the one for me. When I heard that I was working on it, I was like, it was like a dream. Like, and I was really happy because I had the slow motion moment, and I have the opportunity to work with my son to make the movement of Echo young. He's 9 years old, almost 10. We came here to shot the scene where Echo is running slowly in slow motion.
Oh my gosh.
It was so cool to share that with him. It was like a moment, father and son, and I hope he will remember all his life.
I mean, Dad'll definitely remember. He'll probably forget when he's a teenager. Dad'll be like, "You remember that time?" You're like, "No." No, that's super cute though.
Yeah.
That's a wholesome moment, and hey, what an opportunity. Wow.
Honestly too, about the whole reference thing, like there are projects I've also worked on, just like basic paintings and stuff, but like where I can't quite picture what I'm doing, so it's like I've gone and set the camera up on a timer and tried to get certain poses and stuff, so I totally get what they're talking about here. And it's true, sometimes you just see things that you didn't actually picture the first time around.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's totally like you gotta just let all your your judgment of yourself just kind of drop off and just do it, I guess, and be helplessly human is the way to say it. Like, just dive in.
It's only experimenting for now with paintings. It's about to be tested. For the glitches, we draw them directly on the computer. For this one, we are searching for another kind of process, more realistic.
2D effects are very specific at Fortiche because, it's a Fortiche trademark, doing 2D effects and CG animation.
They're just like traditional animators doing effects frame by frame.
Donc ici, on a le pouvoir que Jace crée avec son marteau. And drawing, frame by frame, and layers by layers.
Bro, what?
But sometimes it's very difficult to follow the camera movements, which are very interesting.
This kind of shot is really difficult to do because the camera is a little bit hard to follow. I think I worked something like 3 weeks on it.
Wow.
Depuis une dizaine d'années, on fait les FX 2D pour les teasers de Riot. Sur le teaser de présentation de Jinx, donc qui s'appelle Get Jinxed, on a découvert le style Fortiche.
I have this feeling all the time when I'm watching something in progress and I'm like, we get to the animation phase and I'm looking at the animation, I'm like, how are you going to make this better? How is this scene going to feel more immersive? How are they going to possibly, level this up?
When everything is done, animation, background, simulation, 2D effects, we render it and we composite it.
We come at the end of the process and basically we take all of what the other department has created and then we put it together.
Because the background is paint, there is actually no light used for the characters. We have to adapt the characters to the background. So when we see like a red light on Sevika and it's changing for a green light when she is going further, actually, technically, nothing is there. We have to create everything from the background, from what we see in the background. So yeah, we go from here to here.
This process is magic. I'm like, what?
Fortiche is one of their signature crafts, and it's just a straight mystery box for me.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Yeah.
Me too.
I cannot tell you. It's not that I'm, hold back anything, but some of the process I don't even understand.
Yeah, to put it to words, right?
I don't know if I can show you. Yes, it's kind of secret.
The way to light, it's different. It's special Fortiche way. But it's so simple. When you know the trick, you say, so simple.
It's not magical trick. It's just artists and people who are doing beautiful things.
The real magic is on the everywhere.
Because of their handcraftedness and the paintery look, it gives us this timeless look that I think even when the technology evolves, that this will still feel lasting. In the same way, I think I can go back and watch like the Disney animation, like Bambi or, like Cinderella, and it's timeless. It doesn't age because it's handcrafted.
So true.
Nothing is round in the show. If you have a glass, if you see this glass, it's not round because a drawing is not perfect.
If you see the eyes, the pupils.
The pupil is not round. Except the gemstone.
This is the only moment where there is a sphere, perfect sphere.
Et l'idée un peu, c'est d'avoir chaque image, comment dépasser la qualité que peut produire un dessin animé 2D classique. Et ça, la 3D nous le permettait. Et c'est d'avoir que chaque image, chaque pose qu'on fait, ça reste un peu un concept art, une belle illustration.
There's just storytelling happening at every phase and every level.
Alex on the other side of the ocean. Good morning.
Good morning. So Ray, I think that was a great first read. Can the second violins play that a little bit softer?
I've never worked on a show before where the musicians are such an integral part of everything.
These are like this is the music team, you know, so they wrote all the songs.
They've been spending, what, 3-4 years on the music for this show? Like, every TV show, sometimes you get 3-4 weeks for an episode to do music.
Pause. Where can I download that book so I can learn all the songs myself, please? Can we get official transcription for us musicians that sit on our bed trying to learn all these cool songs? Please, please, please. That is super cool. I'm like, the music team, right. Okay. Wow, man. Like, and I'm just like, how is it that every time, except for 2023, every time they come out with a yearly cinematic for the season or whatever, the music is so good. How is it even possible that it's so inspiring and so good every single time, right?
Yeah.
Hats off to them. I don't even know. I can't wait for the next one. Okay, let's finish this up.
I would say that Arcane is all the muscles that we've grown as a company in the music making craft combined. I really believe that what we're doing with music in Arcane Season 1 has never been done in entertainment. Period.
Every single part of me creatively is like, how do I become involved in something like this? And the answer always becomes, you gotta create. And I feel so trapped at this point in my life, not being able to create in the way I want to create. It's like soul demolishing. That was incredible. Like, that was absolutely incredible. I think it's just credits from here on out. Yeah. Absolutely. Wow. Yeah, absolute wow. Like,
yeah. I feel like there's no other way to put it other than just like my mind is continuously blown every time we crack open a Bridging the Rift episode.
It's very inspiring. Like,
yeah.
all I want to do after watching these is go create something.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally all I would like to do.
Yeah. I'm like, it's been like weeks.
Her name is Mia Sinclair, by the way, Powder.
Thank you. Yes. Mia, I thought it so. I shouldn't forget that it's our cat name.
Yeah, our cat. One of our cats is called Mia. But anyways.
Yeah. I haven't. Same thing. Like, it's been weeks or even longer since I've drawn something or picked up the paintbrush. But yeah, every time after watching something like this, I'm like, yeah, I just need to go break the canvas out and put down paint and see what happens.
It feels like it just tells the rest of the brain to like shut up. It's when you see people doing what you wish you could be doing.
Like,
wow.
Yeah, just go start. Just do something.
It's really a kick in the butt, for sure. So they went over so many different parts of the creation process that I can't even just focus on any one part. It's very hard. Like, from the voices, we're just going to summarize things so we can go over it a little quicker. So the voices of everybody were amazing. Seeing them all in the booth was amazing, and just getting a little bit of them talking about their experience was awesome.
Yeah.
I can't pick out any favorites. I don't really have any favorites. Like, some people are like, my favorite was Mia's performance. I think that they all, without any of them, it wouldn't have been a complete thing. That's my take on it.
I agree. They're all so truly exceptional.
Yeah, even though my favorite character is Vi, I can't just sit here and be like, oh, well, Ella's performance was the best. Like, I loved, like, the way Clagger, like, everybody, like, they all just were so into their characters.
They delivered. like
110%.
1,000%. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, wow.
And I totally agree. Like, it wouldn't be the same if any of those were different.
No,
No.
it wouldn't be the same if any of those were taken away for sure. I mean, that's obvious, right? But yes,
Yeah.
that's I think we want to dig our heels in. The painting process was super cool. I don't have much to say about that other than just watching it with like googly eyes. You might have a more technical take on that, right? But I'm like, wow, amazing. You know, for me, it's I start to think like I have an engineering type mind. So for me, everything is like a how does it come together and how do you take it apart? And this is just a giant machine with so many parts that are humans, right? Working with technology to make something that is just inexplicable. Like if they didn't imagine this, you couldn't ever explain something like this. That's what's amazing to me. The thing that humans have is I think that no other creature has is imagination, and their imagination was so. It's when your imagination is so vivid, when you can see or you know in your head, even when other people can't see it, and you see it clear as ice. You know, you should probably do that. And even though people might say, "Oh yeah, I believe that. That's motivating. That's the saying." To see people go through with it is really it. That's really the kick in the butt moment where it's like, oh, well, I can just believe this, or I can actually believe this, right? There's like different levels of commitment, I guess, into who you are as a person, and to see other artists do it is the most inspiring thing for me.
Yep. I'm just so at a loss for words. It means so much to me to see how deep they've gone with this Bridging the Rift series, and I know there's still like a few more episodes to go.
We're only halfway. We still got 3 more to go.
Yeah, and it's just absolutely incredible. And yeah, just seeing the whole process, especially like, you know, just from this episode of how there's so many moving parts together that get overlapped, and you know, it goes from department to department to department. It's just it's so beautiful.
Yeah. Fortiche did an amazing job. I honestly think they did an amazing job, and I still want to give a shout out every time to the actual cinematography company that filmed the Bridging the Rift episodes, because they also, you know, when something is so, when you don't notice because it's so good, that's how you know it's so good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like throughout watching this half-hour episode, I mean, I am a videographer, so for me, multiple times I was like, "Oh my god, look at the way they filmed that! Oh my god, look at the lens they decided to use! Oh my god, look at that framing! Oh my god, look at when they slow-mo panned across his face as he was talking! Oh my god, it was so good! Like I'm nerding out to the dumbest things.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, you're so nerding out.
Yeah, no, I was nerding out to
That's awesome.
to like, you know, those things, which they don't. That's not what this is about. But I think that it does a great job at complementing the Fortiche story and the Arcane story. So I'm really a big fan of that side of it as well.
Yeah, because I think that's so important too. Like
I
the
feel like
story they're telling of the story, but it's just as important as the way they're presenting it to get it across.
Oh, 100%, 100%. It's captivating. It keeps your attention. It's balanced.
Yes.
You know, they don't leave anything out. They don't leave any detail out. They whoever the editor was of these Bridging the Rift series did a great job at giving the pertinent information and cutting out anything that might have not been as pertinent. I'm not going to say unimportant, because I feel like as a viewer who wasn't included with the process, I personally feel like every part of this was important.
Yeah.
But as an editor, it's a very, very difficult job, especially when you're doing and working on other people's stories that are not your own, to give their story justice. Basically, that's the whole reason I started my company, was to basically be a platform, or to give people a platform to be able to tell their story. So whatever company did the Bridging the Rift series, whether it was like Riot's own media team or whatever, the human team that did this, they did an incredible job.
Yeah.
Incredible job. So big shout out to them as well.
Yeah, I'm like super hats off.
Yeah. You know, everything about this was awesome. I love how they had fun with the lead people like Jerome and Arnaud. I like how they put them in the show.
That
we didn't
is
even know.
So awesome.
We didn't even know. Like, we just found out now that they're the dudes that are saying "Happy Progress Day" at the back of the Zeppelin coming in.
That's amazing. That is so cool that that's in there.
Yeah. Would have never known. Would have never known if we didn't watch these.
Yeah.
So.
And we kind of got that little taste of music at the end. I'm hoping maybe part 4 will like pick up where that left off, and we'll get
anyone
more
with
of
last
that?
parts. Yeah, anyone with last parts. Diving into the music is going to be fantastic. My mouth kind of went agape when I was just like the I guess the musical director or whatever is like watching like on like webcam or like Zoom meeting or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, I guess whatever, however you need to do it. I just thought that was like so like, using technology to your benefit any way you can.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. Not letting distance or anything stop you from achieving your goals.
I was gonna say, we got goals, we're gonna meet them.
Yeah,
let's go.
We got things we need to do. I don't know if there's anything we really want to bring up here as far as the episode, because like it was half hour long. I can barely remember. I can't remember any specific moments. I thought that like one thing I guess was really cool is I'm gonna go back here and just I think I can play it here. Is when they said they were able to listen to the entire episode with the voice actors' voices on top,
Right, yes.
before animation. So it was like basic keyframes. I think I'll just let it play in the background. Yeah, it was about here. So maybe not this exact part, but it was like that is the pre 3D animated. Yeah, it is this section. So we have the voiceovers, and then basically a little bit further up we have right here on screen where they're talking about being able to listen to the full or watch the full season. And just like they would have to be using their imagination very strongly to see what it is, like just 2D drawing mode, and take it to
For
this.
what it can become. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, right? So I like how they pulled a lot from episode 3. Episode 3 was very important, was very pivotal in the show. Not only as a viewer, but very pivotal as for their process too.
Definitely, yeah.
That probably solidified a lot of the direction of the rest of the show, and
yeah,
especially with the like how they were gonna. I want to say, I guess the level that the show was gonna get to emotionally, they really nailed that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, you guys will have to let us know your favorite things about this, because I don't really know what else to say. It was 1,000 out of 10. It's quadruple S tier content. I can't wait to watch the rest.
Yeah. No favorites here. Literally just the whole dang episode.
Yeah, the whole thing was good. So if there's anything that stood out to you guys, let us know. We would love to have a conversation in the comments down below. We'll be responding to as many comments as we can. And that'll help us remember specific parts that you guys want to talk about, because so much information was thrown at us that it's just so hard to even bring any specific moment back up, other than I think what we covered already.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, voice lines stick out, animation sticks out, but like it's bing, bing, bing.
yeah, no, I guess as a, I just want to know more about like the I guess more about the software that they use. Like, I really want to get techie with it. We're telling a lot about the story, but there's just a big part of me that wants to get techie with it and see like all the tools they use and everything. The Ash has like a
I was
Wacom.
just gonna say, what kind of drawing pad you got there?
Yeah, exactly. Like Ash has a Wacom. I don't know what they use, but it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Right? It just looks awesome. I would never buy one. There's no reason for me to ever buy one, but I think they just look absolutely wicked. So I'm very interested in industry standard tools that they use.
Same. Yeah.
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 Anyways, like I said, let's wrap this up. You guys let us know your favorite moments and everything. If you're getting into the industry, let us know where you're at. If you're, maybe you're applying to Riot. Maybe you work at Riot. We don't know where our viewers are coming from nowadays, but our subscriber count is growing. The community is growing, and we love making these videos and enjoying them with all you guys. So, as far as all our Arcane fans, all our League of Legends fans, all our Riot fans, all our general fans, it's been such a fun journey with you guys so far, and so much more to go.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I don't think I forgot anything to wrap this one up. Let's just say,
I think we're good.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe as always, and we'll see you in the next episode of Bridging the Rift. All right. Bye.